Now, the Conservative MP Hugh Merriman is the chair of the Transport Select Committee, and I asked him for his reaction to the news from BA.
Very sad indeed. It appears that British Airways are going to go through with the threats they've made, not just redundancies, but I think more concerning is the fire and rehire term. So effectively, sign here for reduced terms, or if you don't, then you've lost your job, which I just feel is putting a financial gun to the heads of their very loyal staff, and I'm sorry that they've taken this decision.
What do you think of British Airways then?
I used to think of them as a really sort of renowned, brilliant British company with great values and really looked after their staff. And I'm afraid the months that I've been digging into this, I've just found that all they care about is the bottom line. They still want to charge their customers premium, but they expect to pay their staff budget, and that doesn't stack up. And I just think the way they've treated their staff has just been really, really shoddy. And, the sad thing for me is that this is something that BA have tried to do before, but their staff have refused and threatened industrial action. We know that they're powerless now. And I just feel this is something that the chief executive of the parent group, Willie Walsh, has always wanted to do. And he strikes me as a man who always wants to win. So it will go out on a high for him, but a real low for his staff and also British Airways as the company it was. I just really fear for the company now. I just think its reputation has sank. And I recognise that redundancies are inevitable. Our report made that clear. But I don't feel it's right to expect staff to have their pay and conditions slashed and not at least promise to put it back up if good times return. That's the bit that's telling for me, and that's what tells me that they're just using this pandemic as an excuse to do what they've always wanted to do, which is to slash generous terms.
But COVID is clearly hurting a lot of travel companies, including BA. There is a real financial damage being done to them.
Absolutely, and it'd be naive to expect that the aviation industry isn't going to experience redundancies. They've had at one point a 97% reduction in passengers on the previous year. So of course redundancies are inevitable, but it's the sheer scale. And also, in addition, which marks BA out different to the other aviation sector, is the desire to effectively change the terms and conditions for pretty much the remaining workforce and say, if you don't accept, then you lose your job. And that's what's different. What's also different is that whilst times are tough, the parent group, which British Airways staff contributed 66% of the profits last year, is going ahead with a €1 billion purchase of a Spanish airline carrier. So if they've got the money to do that, surely they've got the money to stand by their loyal staff that have delivered those profits in previous years.
Is there anything your government can do?
As a government, we could really have threatened BA much more strongly with the fact that slot allocations are lucrative to BA, and perhaps the government will look at reallocating slots or finding a way to do so if BA decides it's no longer the size as previously been. So I feel they've got a free ride, and there's been pressure, but there hasn't been enough threat, I feel, at the very top level for BA to stop doing what they're today doing.